Good morning. 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 Welcome to the show. This is episode 462 of the two Dum Yinzers. This is Hump Day.
I'm good.
How you guys doing today?
Something. Oh, I'm doing great. Ready to talk some football,
Football.
Stellars.
I do want to
Another day
say
closer to Saturday.
there's another day closer to Saturday. I do want to say this that I forgot to tell you what the final tally was on the picks yesterday. So I do want to start by telling you that.
Yeah, I forgot about that yesterday.
Well, I got to say this: a couple of things about the picks this week. There was a lot of odd games, odd finishes, odd winners, things in that nature. But I did also want to say, and I think we may have even said this on Friday's show, but I did want to say, Mike, you hit you hit the tiebreaker on the head. It
I,
was
Ooh,
I had 23 to 16.
you had 23 to 16, and the final score, of course, was what 21 to 18.
Yeah. So to all you people out there who said, "Who saw this coming? Who saw the Steelers losing to the New England Patriots?" This guy.
You were
This
literally only two
guy.
points off, Mike. 2 points,
Yeah, I called
both
the
scores.
score. I had it all. So Steeler fans, Steelers media, national media,
Suck on it.
whoever, suck on it because
yeah.
who could have seen this coming? Oh, it's a travesty. Blow up the team. This guy, this fuck right here called it.
Unfortunately, it didn't help because, well,
Oh,
you
I know,
didn't.
I got
We
destroyed.
we didn't know you didn't get destroyed, but we didn't need the tiebreaker. So I mean, the tiebreaker would have been good if we would have needed it. You would have hit it right on.
But I
Uh,
like to just gloat that I called that I had the correct amount of points
I do want to say
and the winner.
Derpy had 20, picked 23, and had your score, Mike. Had you picked, had it gone one more point over, and you would have, not had a chance because you would have went over. Derpy, you had 23 points, which would have in fact won, and it was a good pick for a tiebreaker because it was low enough to keep you in it if Mike would have in fact went over. But with that being said, guys, it was not decided by a tiebreaker. Um, Again, many peculiar games, odd games, weirdo
Yeah.
things happen, and one of you guys did win by the score of 9-6. I do want to put that out there. One of you guys did win this week by the score of 9-6. And the winner is Mike. Drum roll, please.
If you can hear the tapping.
No, I can't. Tap the microphone or something.
Looks like a
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like.
I know.
Tap your microphone. Be professional and tap your microphone.
You
There we go.
All right. The winner this week, guys, by the score of 9-6 from the picks was Mike. You did get the 9.
Oh,
Derpy, it was a good run. It was the weirdo games. The weirdo games were the difference this week. I'm looking, and Mike, you certainly had taken advantage of some of these games.
yeah.
You had the Cowboys, of course. You had New England. So some of these games that a lot of people, you took the Bengals over the Colts. So it come down to
Yeah.
the oddness of the week.
Yeah.
Mike, you did pull it off, but we'll get back at it tomorrow and jump right back in, and so Derpy could get back on track. But good week. I mean,
Yeah.
considering everything that happened in the NFL,
Exactly. Yeah.
I gotta say it was a good week.
Not only that week, but my God, the entire season. There's been
Yeah,
some weird games. Like,
it's weird.
yeah, like
Weird season.
the Chiefs might be they're one loss away from being the same boat as we are.
they might knock us out of a wild card spot eventually. You know what I mean? That's what it might come down to is the
It's
Chiefs
them sucking.
is the Chiefs getting in on a wild card and us missing it because of that. So,
Yeah.
um, what is that? Is that me? I thought I was getting feedback. All right,
Oh yeah, I
but
heard someone's feedback. I don't know whose.
that's the story. I do want to start by saying, guys, I was talking to the boxing guy at the radio station yesterday, and he was talking a little bit about this Jake Paul Andre August match here on the 15th. I'm not into boxing, but I'm into high profile boxing. In other words, when I grew
Yeah.
up, I was a Mike Tyson guy, and I liked watching Mike Tyson fights, but I didn't really like watching boxing.
Yeah.
But it's one of them things. It's that high profile thing, and I'm kind of intrigued by it. Um, But yeah, Jake Paul and Andre August, guys, that is going to be on Friday night. If you like
Yeah,
boxing, or if you're just like myself, who just kind of likes that high
I used to
profile
watch
fight.
like a lot of boxing, like when it was on ESPN all the time, when Max Kellerman was the boxing guy.
Yeah,
I watched that then, and throughout the years, once Tyson was done, Holyfield was done, Lennox Lewis was done, Roy Jones was done, De La Hoya was done. That was it. To me, that was like the for me, that was my
oh,
golden age of
absolutely,
boxing.
right.
Those guys were some of the greats of all times. You can put them up there with like people like Muhammad Ali, George Foreman,
Yeah,
and Frazier. Those were all the God, that was the second golden age of boxing. And
for our life,
now
you're
I
right.
just
That
don't
is
feel like it now. Like you can watch that who's the guy now, like who was winning all those championships, the big fat white guy.
Butterbean.
No, not him. But like you had the Klitschko brothers, they were winning championships. But like I watched Lennox Lewis beat both their asses, so those guys didn't intrigue me. And then
But you're right. That that
the other
that
guys
was
that
our
was
golden era
yeah,
of
there's like
boxing
no, I don't
with
see
the
it. Like
Lennox
Floyd
Lewis,
Mayweather never really did it for
Holyfield,
me.
Mike. Now you know
Pacquiao,
what? These guys were midgets. I can't. I have a hard time with these super lightweights.
yeah, it's I like the watching them fights because it's more there's more action, but
If
I
there's
want to see
somebody
the
that
big
I could,
heavyweights.
if I could trip and land on them and smash them and
Yeah.
pretty much kill it, I don't dig them. I don't know. I like to see a gladiator. I like to see the heavyweights. I want to see,
Hmm.
I like Tyson Fury. I'll
That's
watch.
who I was thinking of, Tyson Fury. He doesn't excite me when I watch boxing.
See, I like him because he's such a show off. And the thing is, he's not an American. He's like this English show off, and it makes
Yeah.
you even kind of dislike him even more, which kind of
Yeah.
makes me like him even more.
Exactly. Yeah. Like
You know,
that's the kind of guy I should like.
he
I just
sticks.
can't get
I like
behind
when
him.
he puts his chin up in the guy's
Yeah.
face, and like
That's
I
see, I
dig.
like that shit, but for some weird reason with him, I just can't dig into it. I wish I could.
Maybe because he's a big lummox, and you're just kind of like, oh,
Yeah,
that's it.
I want to see someone who looks like how Tyson looked, how Lennox Lewis looked,
Yeah.
people that are jacked and ripped that would whoop some ass. Not someone who doesn't look like they can whoop ass and then goes out there and whoop fast. Because that guy legit scares me.
This guy looks like a valet parker. This Tyson
Yeah, and then
Fury,
then he'll just beat the shit out of you. Those guys are scarier than regular looking boxers.
Wilder. Those
Yeah,
fights between Fury and Wilder were pretty good. But that's my kind of my thing. I like the high profile boxing. If it's somebody and it's a name I don't recognize, it's just
yeah,
boxing, and I can't get
yeah,
into it. But if you would put a compilation together of all those kind of matches, your Tysons, your anybody that had a big name down through time, I would sit there and I'd
yeah.
be into it thoroughly and legitimately. But to sit there and watch a whole event, which most of the time is what it is, you want to watch a Jake Paul fight at 11 o'clock at night. You
Hmm.
start watching it at 6, and it's 20 guys that you never heard of, and then
Yeah.
you finally get to the Jake Paul match, and
That's what I always hated about those big prize fights. Like I
yeah,
don't know who half these guys are.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know any of them. Just the
But,
main
but
guy.
sometimes though you get surprised on the undercard. You're like, that's damn good. Sometimes the undercard was better than the main event.
And that's even the case with the UFC with me. I remember when Brock Lesnar was involved. I dug him. I liked like Tank Abbott.
Yeah.
Any of these guys that again with it's gonna be kind of a high profile
Yeah, you got
name
it.
for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Otherwise, I don't want to watch you. I want to watch the best of the best.
Right.
That's why I'm a Penguin fan. I want to watch the best of the best. That's why I'm not a Columbus Blue Jacket fan.
That's true. That's true.
Remember when they tried to act like they were the Penguins' biggest rival?
Yeah. Everybody
Like
does that
you
with
don't even
Pittsburgh teams.
rank. It's like the Flyers, the Rangers, and then the Capitals. After that, it's just you're just a name.
Yeah. You in any kind of fights, Derpy? Any kind of boxing or UFC?
Um, my uncle, my uncle's a fighter.
Your uncle's like a boxer?
Yeah,
Is he really?
he was on ESPN back in the day.
No
That-
shit. Derpy's holding out
Yeah.
on us.
Jeez, oh man. In the Pittsburgh area, the Pittsburgh Kid was fun to watch. Paul Spadafora.
Yeah, I
Uh,
forgot about Spatty Four. He was good, man. He was good for his like I forget what weight class.
He had a lot of
was in.
troubles. They hit a lot of off.
Yeah, he had a lot of
Like a lot of these boxers do, though. You notice that
yeah.
a lot of the time these guys get themselves in their share of trouble.
And that's why
out of the ring.
they get into the boxing to try and give them that discipline, that
Right.
direction.
And like go with some of that anger, I guess.
Yeah, and I think that's why he did it too. Because I can't remember what he had, but he had issues and like wasn't he was supposed to get ready to fight De La Hoya or did fight and something happened before or some shit like that. I can't remember. I might be mixing up fighters, but yeah, I remember Spatafor. He was good.
There was a Kimbrough from
Yeah.
Aliquippa. He did very
Uh-huh.
well. So as long as I know the guy, I guess.
Yeah.
So this Jake Paul versus Andre August, that is Friday. For anybody that wants to check that out, I think that it's kind of interesting. Mike, Pittsburgh Steelers, Derpy.
Yes.
Keanu Benton is getting the nod to start at nose tackle for the Steelers this Saturday against the Colts. Keanu Benton, and now this is a guy that really came in and is taking advantage, Mike and
It's Derpy's
Derpy.
guy, man.
I
Derpy
like
called it.
it. I like it a lot.
I like him. I like him also, and I think that he, like I said, he's one of the rookies amongst others. I don't get me wrong. I
Yeah.
think there's other rookies that are certainly stepping up and being able to come in and do their thing, but he will be getting the nod at nose tackle on Saturday. I can't wait to see that. He's a terror in the middle there. I like
He
him.
is. We haven't had
Mhm.
a nose tackle like him since what Hargraves and Casey Hampton. This
Yeah,
that steady plug in the middle that will, he flashes on and sometimes in the pass rush, but it's that steady run stuffer, which is what you need in that 3-4. You need that body in the middle. I'd like to see the defense get back to that Casey Hampton type mold of where that guy in the middle is going to all you want him to do is to eat two bodies. Just
yeah.
make him occupy two bodies, and that's going to be more room for your inside linebackers. But even while he's eating up those bodies, he's making plays in the backfield. He's making plays at the line of scrimmage. So it's well deserved that it's now he's now officially listed as the starter. I think for the most part he's
But
been playing. He's
don't
been
get
playing
too
a lot of key
excited, Mike.
times. I know.
Now he is on the injury list. I do want to go over the list that was put forth by our head coach, Mr.
No, I
Tomlin,
don't want to. I don't want to.
yesterday. And Keanu Benton is in fact on that list. He is he's nursing a oblique. He had limited practice yesterday, but we do have to talk about the guys that will not and possibly not be playing this Saturday.
Yeah.
Let me give you the injury report from top to bottom. Kenny Pickett did not practice this week with the ankle. He is out. Najee Harris with the knee did not practice. I'm not sure on him, but we do know that he didn't practice. KZ limited practice with an ankle. James Pierre, he had a full practice, but he has a shoulder. Landon Roberts with his groin did not practice. Alex Highsmith with his concussion, limited practice. TJ Watt with his concussion, limited practice. Siamalu with his shoulder did not practice. Again, Keanu Benton with his oblique, limited practice. And finally, Cam Hayward with his vagina had limited practice. So I'm sure we'll see those guys. But geez, after the guys that we lost for the season and lost along the way, we're pretty much down to a skeleton crew here.
Yeah, well, it's a mash unit right now.
Yeah.
Like
Personally.
yeah. Well, Derpy, there's adversity, then there's just bad fucking luck.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. I'll give you
I
that.
think
I'll
we're
give
in
you
bad
that.
fucking luck right now.
Derpy brought it to my attention. I saw it over the weekend, the injury. But after the show yesterday, he mentioned that Justin Herbert, they shut him down for the
Yeah,
season
he's
because he
done.
had
Yeah.
surgery on his broken finger. So I mean, we could have a franchise guy and them go down that could be super devastating. Where we're just dealing with masses of
Yeah.
injuries that it's going to play an effect. Mike Derpy, I want to see this team do well as much as the next guy, but boy, it's going to be very difficult from this point on. And and to be where we are at this point, the way things have gone so far, anyway, it's a bit kind of a surprise anyhow. So let's kind of just see where it falls and see where we finish this thing out at.
Surprise.
Yeah, you hate to use injuries as an excuse, but my God, like everyone who has been hurt has been a key starter or a key backup. We haven't had like a
This is
special
always-
teams guy go down or just someone who's coming in to fill in get hurt. No, it has to be a starter. And key
Why don't
starters
Miles
at that.
Boykin ever get hurt? This guy's got to be the most durable guy in the field. He never gets hurt.
We need him on the
This
special
is-
teams amount as we punt. We need him.
Yeah.
We need him and
This
kill
is
him.
always. See, this
But
is what the problem's been with the Steelers since the beginning of the Killer Bees era. We always get injury prone.
Yeah, and
Always.
it's always, and
And
it's
then they
always
do
at
the blame game. And then they do the blame game.
But they're not. To their credit, they're not blaming injuries. They won't say
That's
it.
next. Once
You know
they run
what?
out of excuses, they're going to have to come to something. I mean, they're running out of excuses is the problem, I think. Let's just figure out if they would spend as much energy trying to figure out how to win as they are trying to figure out excuses to tell. I think we'd be fine.
Yeah,
You know,
but I love this team. I love the drama around it. It actually does bring a smile to my face for
Days of
some
the
odd reason.
Steelers.
Mike, you
But no,
did.
like this,
Yeah,
I don't know. It is hard to. It's easy to say, you're professional. Do you have the next man up mentality? Blah blah blah. But there comes a point when it just becomes all law of diminishing returns, putting backups in after backups, and that's why they're backups.
yeah,
But hey, we do have the toughest schedule in the league.
that's true.
Yep.
And that's a fact. That's not an excuse.
Mike, you mentioned the special teams. You mentioned Miles Killebrew. An interesting little fact about him. Now, the All Pro, the All Star voting is up. I'm seeing on Twitter, X, I'm sorry, and other social medias, they are calling for people to get on and vote for these guys. One guy that I think is being overlooked that I believe the Pittsburgh Steelers fans should, in fact, be voting for is Miles Killebrew. Since 2021, since he started this on this team, he has 4 blocked punts.
Yeah.
He has 4 blocked punts, which is either the same or more than every other team
Yeah.
in its entirety.
Yeah.
Miles Killebrew has that himself.
Yeah. And that's why, God, when he had that game where he ran into like 12 different guys calling fair catches, that's what the announcer's like, you don't expect this from him. He's that well respected throughout the league because, like Ryan said, 4 block kicks, block punts, excuse me. And his block punts, like he had 2 this year, and they were at key moments too. He's that guy when you need a play on special teams, he makes the play. Yeah, he had one bad game that should not, paint a cloud over him. And I think he does deserve to be.
It's just like with Big Ben. Let's say Big Ben threw 4 interceptions.
I was ready to ride Ben out of town.
Well, it falls into that category. It's like, you're pissed off. Yeah, it sucks that it happened, but at the end of the day, you're happy you got this guy.
Oh, exactly, because you're willing to take that one bad moment because you're gonna have 17 other great ones. So
Miles Killebrew,
vote for Miles Killebrew.
Get out, vote for him. You do have the Pro Bowl game, which nobody cares about. But you know what?
But it's a nice honor
for the guy and for his resume to show a little bit. Get out, vote for Miles Killebrew. It just takes a couple clicks on your phone, and other Steelers if you would wish. Mike Derpy, here's the current playoff picture as we speak, and who we would play. Who else would be playing one another? In the AFC, Miami didn't win on Monday night, so Baltimore is, in fact, the number 1 seed in the AFC. In the rest of the games break down like this. The Baltimore Ravens will get the bye, of course. Number 2 seeded Miami would play number 7 seeded Indianapolis if the playoffs started right now. Number 3, Kansas City would play the number 6 Pittsburgh Steelers. And the number 5 Browns would play the number 4 Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, I'm looking at this. And that means that I think Cleveland could beat Jacksonville right now.
I think they can.
So if Cleveland wins that first round game, they would be the lowest seed because I'm going to assume that us or Indianapolis wouldn't beat Miami or Kansas City. Yeah. So let's just, so that would put the Cleveland Browns against Baltimore.
With Joe Flacco.
In the second round, which I think is a totally winnable game for the Browns. Then you would end up playing in the AFC Championship game, the winner of all the other teams, whether it be Miami, Kansas City, one of those. But you know what? I'm telling you, this has been a strange year.
Right.
Even as I always say, even the sun shines on a dog's ass every once in a while. It could possibly be the year for the Cleveland Browns.
And you were calling me the Browns fan yesterday. You've been calling me a Browns fan ever since I've known you, and you're the one sitting here. You know what? The Browns. But I'm just really looking right now, man. They're gonna. League is this is a winnable game. This is a winnable game.
Is anything that I said wrong? Do you think that they would have trouble? I think they just beat Jacksonville.
Yeah, nothing you said is wrong.
I think they,
but it is wrong on so many levels.
And if there's anybody that could beat the Ravens, it's the Browns, just like the Steelers.
Yeah,
there's only a couple teams.
Yeah,
the Browns and the Steelers, I think, are the most well prepared to play the Ravens. And I'm just saying.
They have the secondary to keep up with Kansas City, but Kansas City receivers aren't a threat anymore. So that's limiting Patrick Mahomes what he can do in the passing game.
I'm gonna hold.
Because he can throw the ball to him, but Kadarius Toney and the boys can't hold on to shit.
I'm going to reserve that judgment until the playoffs starts because once they get into the playoffs, the Chiefs turn into this whole other team. It's almost like magic. It's so weird because I don't know. Once they get the spotlight on them, they
Yeah.
turn into this different team. But you're not wrong, Mike. In the NFC, number one seed San Francisco now, they would have the week off if the playoffs started this weekend. And their games would go like this: number 2, Dallas would play the number 7 Green Bay Packers. Number 3, Detroit Lions would play interdivision number 6 Minnesota Vikings. In this game here, geez, if this wouldn't be the best game of the playoffs, I don't know what is. Number 5, Philadelphia Eagles versus the number 4 Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh my Lord.
Philadelphia, who was just undefeated a couple weeks ago, to Tampa Bay, who's under 500.
The sacrificial lamb that is the NFC South.
Yes. So,
and what's the NFC South upset someone?
You know what? That'd be great
because everyone would be like, "Oh, it's not fair. They have a losing record. They shouldn't make the playoffs." Blah blah blah. You know what? They won their division. Not their fault that they're in a shitty division. And I hope the NFC South finishes under 500 and they upset the number 5 seed.
I wonder how long it's going to take to somebody in that division could win with a above 500 record, win that division. It's going to be seasons.
Yeah, which is surprising. Like Tampa Bay, yeah, they're a few years removed from that Super Bowl team, but they still have some good talent down there. So it's wild. And Baker Mayfield is not playing badly. So I just don't know. Atlanta's coach can't get out of his own way. He doesn't want to play his young players because they play well.
He's so weird.
Because he wants to screw over people who have them in fantasy football.
This is the
He
team,
thinks
Mike.
it's funny.
This is the team that didn't play a starter all preseason.
No,
he makes some odd calls. This guy.
Yeah, you turn Kyle Pitts, who could be, one of the top tight ends in the league. You turn him into an ordinary player. Bijan Robinson, who is a Le'Veon Bell clone. You just don't use them because why use them? We'll take them if you don't want to use them.
Good morning, Ralph. I just changed over to the board. I see Ralph said good morning, sir. Also, guys, where did I see this? Okay, former Steelers running back Jalen Samuels. You guys remember Jalen Samuels?
Oh,
Jalen Samuels.
Oh.
He signed letter of intent with a number of other NFL players to play in the XFL this season. So if you're going to watch any of that XFL, USFL combo in the spring, you will see a little bit of former Steeler running back Jalen Samuels.
Wow, that's a blast from the past.
Awesome.
Yeah, I haven't thought of him in a while, huh?
Me either. And I was just going through past draft classes too, and I was like, I don't even remember seeing his name. I don't even know if we drafted him or picked him up in free agency. I don't know.
He seemed like a free agent for some reason. I don't think
he might have been by a draft class. I don't know.
Malik Cunningham, quarterback of the New England Patriots, gets picked up by the Baltimore Ravens. This Malik Cunningham, some players compared to the likes of Lamar Jackson and guys like this, did get picked up off the practice squad of the New England Patriots. Malik Cunningham is now a Raven.
Yeah.
Man,
he had one good preseason game.
What was it? What was his deal? Where did he get drafted for?
I don't even know.
There was something. I mean, there's a reason we know about him. There's a reason we talk about him.
Because he had that good preseason game, and people were like, oh my god, look out for Malik Cunningham. He might be legit, and that was it. He couldn't. He kept getting cut from New England.
It was a story or something with him. Yeah. Brian Flores. His defense has allowed 1 touchdown in the last 12 quarters, guys. Brian Flores' defense in Minnesota has allowed 1 touchdown in the last 12 quarters. That's 3 games.
Hold on to him.
Well, he wanted to go be a D coordinator somewhere else. And Rooney's not going to pay money for a coordinator because he's cheap like Bob Nutting. And they, maybe future head coach with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I like Flores. I think that we'd have to look through all the options and such. But you know what? I'd have him in the running.
I'd put him in there too if we move on from Tomlin, and I'd take a look at just about everyone. Look, offense coaches, defense coaches. Look at the 2 Dum Yinzers. I think we would be pretty good head coaches.
Absolutely.
Derpy will be in charge of special teams. Ryan will be in charge of
Another one.
defense, and
Another
I
one.
got the offense, baby. Me and Kenny Pickett will be
Another one.
cooking.
Another one.
Another one, Mike. Another one is biting the dust.
Oh God, no.
All the starting quarterbacks that's gone down this year. We mentioned this guy earlier in the show. This is the guy that I like. Of course, Justin Herbert down for the season with a broken finger. Mike, the starting quarterbacks this year.
This is insane.
I never saw this kind of injury bug league wide with starting quarterbacks.
No. This is why the product sucks right now, because all these starting quarterbacks are out. I saw someone tweeted out all these starting quarterbacks that were injured, and they're like, oh, this isn't right. So get ready for people to start saying we need to protect the quarterbacks more. So get ready for them to have their little flags along
and have
their
their tutus on.
Yeah.
I saw this one. It looked like a bingo sheet, and it had all the did you see this, Mike?
No.
And it had all the guys' pictures in it, and it was like, oh, I miss you. And it was like Aaron Rodgers, and over their faces, I missed you. And then in the middle there was Deshaun Watson, and it was like, not you, perv. And then it went to the next one. I miss you.
I like it. Yeah, because no one misses Deshaun Watson.
No one misses the perv. The only reason I don't miss him is because
the Browns don't even miss him. They were rolling with him. They were starting to roll with him. Then they plucked Flacco.
I gotta be honest. I have no problem with the guy did. If the guy wants to go out and get girls, I mean, more power to him. But just the fact that he's on a team that I don't like, and a team that we have to beat, regularly. That's why I go on about this guy. I don't
know what he did was kind of. But anyway,
wait, explain to me what was the terrible part about what was done?
He was sexually harassing and assaulting female.
He was
massage.
Raping? Is that
he was like jerk.
That's what that is. That's rape.
No, he would sit there and like they would do the massage. He'd turn over and jerk off and try and come on him.
Well, that's what they do with these massage parlors.
No, that's not a massage parlor. I'm talking like actual masseuses, like physiotherapist type massage.
Maybe I don't understand in its entirety. I don't know.
Yeah. It was bad. Okay, it was very bad. It was very bad.
What else?
It was very bad.
I don't care about him.
He's a perv.
The thing is, I don't. If he wasn't a Brown,
you didn't look into it. You're just like, he's on the Browns. I'll make fun of him.
Well, no, that's the thing. If you're a Brown, I don't know if it's anybody. If it's anybody on any of these three teams, I'll certainly be happy whenever they have to miss games. But you know what? The Browns seem to be benefiting by it. They got Joe Flacco, and he's doing what the Browns need him to do. And that's the thing that scares me about him is if they do keep him. I do know that Minnesota's going to try to pluck him from the practice squad of Cleveland was some of the latest rumors, but
because that's how they're benching Dobbs and starting Nick Mullins.
And if Minnesota, if they're serious about winning, they might consider. I mean, the thing is, the guy's a veteran. He knows what he's doing, and he's proven the past couple games with Cleveland that he could still hold his own out there. So I think that could be scary. And again, I think that could be another one of them reasons that Cleveland might just be able to do just enough. But there's still a lot of football to be played.
Yeah,
guys.
Your Cleveland Browns are on the rise.
My Cleveland Browns are on the rise.
Your Cleveland Browns. We knew this all along.
Al Michaels. Anybody tell me what Al Michaels is getting kicked off of the NFL playoff coverage for? I seen the headline several times. I didn't read it because I wasn't that interested. But if anybody could tell me what the legit reason is, I'd like to know.
I think it's because he sounds uninterested with the games. He's just his snarky comments during the games. I think that's it. The
NFL is full of snarky commented guys. I mean,
he's a terrible announcer anymore. I don't like these old hacks that are just hanging around that are tarnishing their legacy. Like, just hang them up and move on. Like, I don't know, maybe like 15 years ago, if you told me Al Michaels was being removed from playoff coverage, I would be shocked and outraged. Now I'm like, thank God.
He's just a household name. Yeah. A lot of times in media, you don't get rid of those household names until they die.
You should replace them. He's no Mike Lang. Okay, get the F out of here.
I don't know. He's bigger than Mike Lang.
Yes, because he's national. Mike Lang decided to stay local with the Penguins.
But that's what I'm saying. I know. Yeah,
I
don't think that I ever listened to Al Michaels and thought, oh, this dude sucks.
Like him and Chris Collinsworth or whoever.
Chris Collinsworth is the one that I think sucks. He's a fuck.
I hate them both.
He's a retard.
He's.
He always has like the dumbest things to say.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they'll.
Here's a guy.
Maybe they'll kick him off next. I don't know what the deal is with Al Michaels, but guys.
Yeah, I saw it. And I was like,
Bill Belichick. Of course, the rumors going on about him.
Huh?
The New England Patriots are going to cut him lose at the end of the season, which we talked about 2 weeks ago, if he lands in this team that we talked about, I'm gonna jump and shit in everyone's face because we covered this weeks before this was even a topic.
I forget who did we say he was going to?
The Chargers.
Chargers. Right,
So
yeah.
keep your eye
now,
on
I think
that.
Justin Herbert purposely hurt. Look, it's lining up. Herbert gets hurt. Belichick's going to be fired. Justin Herbert got a phone call from Belichick, said, "You're breaking your finger."
Yeah.
So I can come coach there. And he was like, "Yes, sir." Boom, broke his finger.
All right. I know now that you're on a roll, I wanted to kind of segue that into the Penguins because this is where I need you to talk a ton. Mike, the
oh, my bad.
11 consecutive wins against this Coyotes team the Pittsburgh Penguins now have. They came in with a 10-game winning streak last night. Mike, the Penguins beat the Coyotes 4-2. Penguins are now 12-12-3. Coyotes dropped to 13-13-2. The power play disaster is over for the moment.
For the moment.
They managed to score a power play goal. I believe it was Gensel.
Gensel, a minute 12 in.
Gensel has 2 goals last night. Jeff Carter has 2 goals last night. Your boy Jeff Carter. Yari he stopped 19 to 21 shots. Mike, please talk about this.
Who saw this coming? I know I didn't. Not only 2 power play goals, we got a shorty. Jeff Carter scoring goals. My mind is blown. But once again, in this game, the stars showed up. Like, Ryan said, Gensel goal, Crosby assist, Letang a helper, Malkin a helper. And so that's nice to see. God, Jari playing a pretty good game. This is what I wanted to see from the Penguins. Now they just need to carry this momentum forward. They snap, a 4-game losing streak. Now they need to get back on track because, my God, it's like win, loss, 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 win, loss, loss, loss. With a nice little, 4 or 5 game win streak there early in the year. They need to get back to that formula because Columbus is at the bottom. They have 23 points. We have 27, in the Metro. The Rangers are up top sitting, 39. Penguins right now, we are out of the playoff spot. This is not good at all. Where are we at in the conference? We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of the playoffs. 9, 10, 11, 12. We're sitting 12th. Well, we're like 6 points out of the playoffs. Not good with this star power. Not good with, this supposed great coach. They need to figure this out.
Mike, do you see this team? Now, and I'm not the hockey guy. You're the hockey guy. What I take away from this is, from what I've seen at the long stretch at the end of the year last year, and from what I've seen from this Penguin team thus far this year, I'm not real confident this team full of stars is even going to make the playoffs when it comes time. They're just not a team it's sticking out to me saying, you know what, they could get hot and make a nice run. Mm-hmm. They haven't done that in a while.
No, and right now the problem is that bottom 6. You got some guys on there that are producing like Riley Smith, but it's the bottom 6 because the star powers, they're still playing at a high level. Crosby, not only like points, goals, and assists, is playing at a high level. And I barely understand these advanced analytics, but I know when you're when they graph where you are, like when you're so far above everyone else, you're playing at an elite level. Crosby's still playing at an elite level. Malkin's playing at a damn good level. Gensel is as well. Carlson's playing well. Letang's playing well. The defense overall is playing well.
But why does this
that
team
bottom
stink?
6? Coaching. This coach refuses to really change anything. How the hell do you go 11 games? What was it? 11 games without a power play goal? That's coaching. If you can't. I know people say, well, the players are comfortable. They like to run the power play like this. I'm sorry. You're the coach. They're the players. You coach, they play. You tell them what to do. I don't care that they're future Hall of Famers. If they don't want to listen to you, that's a you problem. You need to figure it out.
They haven't scored a power play going over a month.
They finally got 2 last night. About time.
Over a month.
That is, I'm sorry, that's unacceptable. Especially
didn't the season start like a month ago? I mean, in October, it's
yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah, this is bad. It was inexcusable. And once again, I think this team might miss the playoffs. Or
what's the silver lining, Mike? What can you walk away at the end of the day, and not even just saying anything about the power play, what can you walk away at the end of the day saying, you know what, this is what we have going for us. So this is what I'm going to rely my confidence on this team being able to, possibly make a playoff, get into the playoffs, and make any kind of run at all. Is there any silver lining? Is it the fact that maybe that we have a bunch of great future Hall of Famer, or is there anything else that's deeper that you
Well,
believe that the Penguins gives them a chance?
from what I'm seeing, what I'm reading, it's your stars are going to have to carry this team
All right.
because the bottom six depth isn't there, and it's hard to get that depth when you keep signing these guys to these big long term contracts. I'm sorry, if Yager wasn't a Penguin for life, why would Malkin be? Why would Letang be? Yes, they are great players. They're Hall of Famers, but come on, to me, the Penguins for life were Lemieux and Crosby. Everyone else is expendable.
All right, there you have it. Penguins.
And like our young stars like Rust and Gensel, they're in their 30s now. Gensel's getting close to be 30. It's
All
we kept chasing the ring and we kept failing. Instead of saying, hey, you know what, it's time to start over. We just kept doing the same thing over and over again.
Penguins and Canadians tonight, 7 p.m. Let's see if they can continue. Let's see if they can continue with the
I
power
hope
play.
they win. I hope they turn it around. My God, I love the Penguins.
Baseball, the big news of the day. Unfortunately, Pittsburgh the future behind the plate, Andy Rodriguez will miss the entire 2024 season after suffering an injury in winter ball. It was while he was batting. After multiple examinations, Andy had reconstructive surgery on the UCL and also repair of the flexor tendon, the repair work on a flexor tendon. Expected to miss 10 to 12 months. Mike, I never had a problem with guys playing in the off season. I think that only helps your game is to continue to play. But like some might argue in this new NBA inner city or inner league, inner season tournament they do, once you start giving the players a little bit more of a overload from what it is that they do, where they make millions of dollars from certain teams and the company, at what point is this a liability? At what point do you lose your catcher, your young catcher, your prospect of the future for up to a year because of the off? Again, this isn't somebody who's paying him millions of dollars. This is his side project, what he's working on to get better.
Yep.
So it's a double-edged sword. One time on the one side, you want to get better, so you want to keep active, but on the other hand, something like this happens, your boss has got to be losing his mind.
Yeah, and his boss is a cheapskate. He's like, I'm paying you all this money, now you're hurt. This is like the argument for like, I hate it when hockey stops the middle of the season to go play in the Olympics.
I do too.
It's not bringing eyes to the product. People who are going to watch hockey, they're going to watch hockey. And what if your star player goes down? No, I'm paying you. If you're going to get hurt, you're going to get hurt on my dime.
Absolutely.
That's like in football. Like if you're going to get hurt in the preseason or the regular season, I'd rather you get hurt in the regular season because it was a game that mattered. But this right here is like it. No, if you want to. Here's an off-season program. You follow this program.
Yeah,
you're not going to go play ball for another team.
It's monitored closely by your people. Yep. Absolutely.
We'll hire you. We'll send down hitting coaches. We'll send down catching coaches for you. No, you go work out. Here's your diet plan, and here's your workout regime. That's what you're doing.
So there you have it, guys. Andy Rodriguez out 10 to 12 months. It's going to be interesting to see what they do now.
Now they're going to put what's his name behind the plate.
So Henry Davis is probably going to work his way behind
not.
Well, that's the thing. It's going to make them make a move one way or another because something is going to have to be done.
Yeah.
The Pirates did make a move yesterday. Their second signing of the off season. Pirates signed free agent first baseman. His name is Rowdy Tellez. He's a big guy. He's from Milwaukee. Apparently, he's a hitter like like Carlos Santana was. He could put the ball over the fence. But it was between him and Boston's multi-all-star Justin Turner was also considered. He did make some comments on the X about Pittsburgh, was making people believe that he was going to be the guy we were going to bring in, but it was Rowdy Tellez, guys, the first baseman, former first baseman for the Brewers. This will be the second guy, the left-hander, of course, we mentioned last week. So they do have a couple people coming in, and it's going to be plug and play guys. And you know what? It's no different than any other Pirates off season. It's nobody big. It's anybody that you would even want because I mean, Mike, prior to this conversation,
how
many times have you thought of Rowdy Tellez? You know what I mean?
And like they missed out on the guy from Boston who was just using it.
Right.
He was using it as an excuse to get more money out of whoever he's negotiating against. And hey, the Buccos, they missed out on Ohtani. Okay.
Oh God. Can you imagine how long it would take?
It only cost you $2 million a year. It only cost you $2 million a year, Bob.
Boy, he would be the Bobby Bonilla until year 3,000 with this with the money he's making.
Oh, that is so great. I love it. But this is the Buccos, and I love Bucco Twitter already is like saying how this is a good signing. It's a smart signing. The other half is saying, oh, typical Pirate baseball. And,
the one thing about the Pirates you can guarantee on all the signings, you're not going to ever have heard of 99% of the guys.
Exactly. Unless you're like real deep into like baseball. And then you're like, oh, this is good. This is a good signing.
Here's the thing about people in Pittsburgh. We then get used to these names, and then we start talking, oh, hey, this
you start talking yourself into it.
Is doing really well, and everyone else looks at you like, who? Because no one knows who Rowdy Tellez is.
Yeah, he's doing well for the Pirates,
Look at this Dick Mountain, I mean, we jumped on the Dick Mountain train. And
hell yeah, because he had a cool nickname, Dick Mountain.
I like that, Dick Mountain.
We know you do.
Roberto Clemente's game-used glove from 1962 sells for $118,230. You know what? That's not as steep as I could expect it to be more. I mean, you hear things going upward of $1 million and things like this, but a Roberto Clemente game-used glove from 1962, Mike. If you might, I know that you had it in your pocket or in the couch cushions. $118,230.
I thought you were going to say Roberto Clemente's game-used gloves are new right fielder. I'm like, you know what? It might be an upgrade.
Just the glove.
Just the glove.
Yeah. All you see is his glove out there.
There would be no defensive errors.
There would not be. All right, guys. I promised you a little bit of Christmas fun. Mike, this is 12 days. We have 12 days until Christmas. So I came up with a little idea today.
I'm not singing.
To break it up a little bit. This, guys, is something that I created for you and Derpy. Listen to this. This is what I call Old Saint nicknames. Yeah, Old Saint nicknames. And what this is, guys, let me explain it to you.
All right. I'm ready for this.
Nicknames. What I have on my list, I have over 20 different nicknames. I'll give you the category just as we start, but these are athletes. Nicknames, and we're going to go in a rapid style fashion. So, for example, Mike, you won the picks this week, so you'll be able to choose who goes first.
Okay.
But it's going to be rapid. It's not going to give anybody an opportunity to think. It's not going to give everybody an opportunity to type. This is going to be, I'm going to go person by person in rapid style, Derpy and Mike, and I'm going to give you the nickname.
Okay.
And you're going to say who it is or who you think it is. And if it's right, I say correct. If it's wrong, I say incorrect. And then I immediately go to the next guy reading their nickname. They then give me their answer. I indicate whether it's correct or incorrect. And we continue to go on through these 20 different nicknames. Okay. And we're going to see by the end who got the most nicknames correct. And as I mentioned, this is a Christmas event. So I'm going to give you guys a Christmas present, okay? Derpy, you still there?
Derpy.
Derpy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Are you caught up with what's going on?
Derpy. Give me a second. I'm still here. I'm here.
Okay. Are you caught up with what we're talking about?
I am here.
All right. So Derpy, we're gonna do it. Okay. So I'm gonna give a nickname. You tell me who you think it is. I'll tell you if it's incorrect or correct, and then I go straight to the next nickname, which would be to the opposite player. We're gonna go through 20 of these, and we're gonna see who gets more. And as I said, guys, here's the Christmas present of it all. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I can't wait to hear this.
Here is your category for today: an Old Saint nicknames. Pittsburgh athletes. Are we ready,
Oh,
Mike?
I'm ready, baby.
Do you want to go first? You or Derpy? Are you receiving or deferring?
Oh, I'll take it.
All right, Mike, you're first.
Yep.
And again, these are all Pittsburgh athletes, past and present.
What about future?
Sure.
Okay.
Let me get set here with my score sheet. All right, guys, here we go. Again, this is rapid. You hear the name, the nickname, you give an answer, we move on. All right. All right, Mike.
Bingo bango. I'm ready, baby.
All right, Derpy, you're on deck. Again, this is rapid. As soon as Mike's if I tell him if it's true or if it's correct or not, it's directly over to you with a nickname. It's back forth, back forth. Here we go. Pittsburgh athletes. Mike, here we go. Teak. Next.
No
Derpy.
idea.
Chico. Derpy. Chico.
No idea.
Next. Mike. Spanky.
Mike Lavalier.
Correct. Derpy. Cobra.
No idea.
Next. Mike. Bus.
Jerome Bettis.
Derpy. Correct. Derpy. Le Magnifique. Le Magnifique.
No idea.
All right. Mike. Wrecking Ball.
I don't know that one. Oh my god, I know all the ones that go into Derpy.
Incorrect. Derpy. Derpy. Peasy. Derpy. Peasy. Incorrect. Mike. Bananas.
Bananas? No idea.
Incorrect. Derpy. Slash. Slash.
No idea.
No idea.
Incorrect. Mike. The Hammer.
No idea.
Incorrect. Big Play. Derpy. Big Play. Incorrect. Mike. The Chin.
Power.
Correct. Derpy. Big Snacks.
Hampton.
Correct. Mike. Silverback.
James Harrison.
Correct. Derpy. Tommy Gun.
Oh, come on, Derp. That's
incorrect. Mike. Mean.
Joe Green.
Correct. Derpy. The Chief.
I swear, if I miss this,
3 seconds. Incorrect. Mike. Pops.
Pops. Hannes Wagner.
Incorrect.
Damn.
Derpy. Candyman. Incorrect. Mike. Real Deal.
Real deal. Holyfield? I don't know. I don't know no Pittsburgh athlete named Real Deal.
Incorrect. Derpy. The Blonde Bomber.
Oh my, come on, Derp.
Incorrect. Mike, finally, the last one, the Emperor.
Chaz Knoll.
Correct. All right, Mike.
I know Derp. I know everyone that went to Derpy.
Well, I will clear these up. I want to make sure there's no confusion. Everybody knows.
No, you're good.
Mike, you were able to name 6 of them. Derpy, you named 1. Great job, guys. It was sprung on you. I didn't give you much time to think, but that
there are some of those names I never even
purpose
heard
of the game.
of.
I wanted to make it a little bit more difficult. And From 12 days to Christmas. This is Old Saint nicknames. Let me give you some of the answers. Chico, in fact, was Jose
Chico
Lean.
Lynn.
Pittsburgh Pirates second baseman. Teak was Kenta Colve, a pitcher from the 70s team.
Yep.
Spanky, Mike LaValliere. Cobra, Dave Clark. Bus, Jerome Bettis. La Magnifique was Mario Lemieux. Wrecking Ball, Mark Recchi.
Oh, that's right. God.
Banana was Barry Foster. Peasy, Joey Porter. The Hammer, Jack Ham. Slash, Cordell Stewart.
Oh God, Slash,
Big Play, Willie Gay.
Big Play, Willie Gay,
Chin,
baby.
Bill Cowher. Big Snacks, Casey Hampton. Silverback, James Harrison. Tommy Gunn, Tommy Maddox. Mean, Joe Green. The Chief, Art Rooney. Pops was Willie Stargell. Candyman, John Candelera. Real Deal, James Neal. Blonde Bomber, Terry Bradshaw. And finally, the Emperor, Chuck Noll. Good job, guys.
I forgot it. James Neal. Wow.
Yeah, and that's your game. That's your sport, man. Come on. What are you doing?
I was never a big James Neal fan. He was overrated. Yeah, but like everyone that you went to Derby, I'm over here. John Candelera.
Everything.
Oh, who did we get in exchange, Mike, for the Real Deal James Neal?
Patrick Hornquist.
That's right.
Well, didn't we get Horny and never mind. No, that was just Horny. I was thinking of the trade where we traded Hosa, where we got Pascal Dupuis.
You know what? I really like
part
that
of the return package.
Remember we had that Hosa, that whole situation.
Hosa!
Him going back and forth, and he kept losing the Stanley Cup.
I know. Like, I don't blame the guy.
I don't blame
the guy. You know what? I don't blame him at all.
Mike, why don't you go and tell everybody about the website, man?
The2dumyinzers.com.
The number 2 DUMYINZERS.com. We have all of our links over there. The blog will be up. I'm putting it up Friday. That's a preview of the game on Saturday. Check it out. The2dumyinzers.com.
Go check it out, everybody. www.the2dumyinzers.com. That is with the number 2. www.the2dumyinzers.com. A lot of cool things over on the website. Go check it out. All right, guys. The trivia today. A couple more days of the Indianapolis Colts trivia. There's only so much that happened in Indianapolis Colts history, but you know what? I guess a lot of times you say Peyton Manning, you're going to be correct. But we're going to do it again, fellas. This is going to be an Indianapolis Colts trivia. You guys ready for this?
I am ready.
All right. Derpy, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Derpy.
Here we go. How many turnovers did the Colts have in their first Super Bowl victory? How many turnovers? And let me give you a little hint first. The question is, how many turnovers did the Colts have in their first Super Bowl victory? The hint to this question is it's the most ever committed by a Super Bowl champion. Go ahead and think that over, guys. I can give you choices if you like. But we're live, everybody. We're live every day, Monday through Friday, right here, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. If you missed a show or you just rather listen to the show in podcast form, the live show that we do every day, we upload over on Spotify at 8 o'clock p.m. Maybe you just rather listen. Maybe you're in the car. Maybe you're at the gym. Who knows? But if you want to listen to the show in podcast form every day, brand new show, check it out after 8 o'clock p.m. over on Spotify. All right, fellas. The question of the day, our Indianapolis Colts question is, how many turnovers did the Colts have in their first Super Bowl victory? The hint is it's the most ever committed by a Super Bowl champion. Do either one of you guys want the numerical hint, or do you guys just want to take a stab at it?
I'm going to take a stab at it.
Derpy?
Take a stab.
Okay. So here we go, fellas. How many turnovers do you think it was, Mike?
I'm going to go with 4.
4. Now, is that your final answer?
Final answer.
All right. Let me get you locked in. All right, Derpy, over to you. I'm looking for how many turnovers the Colts had given up in their first Super Bowl victory. This is the most ever committed by a team that's won the Super Bowl. Mike says 4. What do you think?
I'm going to go 5.
And 5 by Derpy. Want to let you guys know that the options were these, now that we're all locked in. 3,
Ooh.
5, 7, and 9. 3, 5, 7, and 9. All right, guys. So the question of the day is this: how many turnovers did the Colts have in their first Super Bowl victory? Was the most ever committed by a Super Bowl winning team, the champion? Mike said 4. Darby said 5. The answer, guys, is 7.
Holy smoly.
Ooh.
They turned. I don't remember whatever that was. It was they lost to the Jets, but then I think they won close thereafter. They were in the first 5 Super Bowls when they won, I believe. But in that game that they won, they given up the ball 7 times.
Ooh.
Try doing that in the league now. You know.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Nobody will watch. Nobody will watch.
Yeah. And the Colts were one of the elite teams. You know. Mike, anything before we get ready to take off for today?
Yeah, I did a little investigating here.
Okay.
Ike Taylor, he has more interceptions per game in the playoffs than in the regular season. So
That sounds right.
in the playoffs, he was more sure-handed than in the regular season.
I think because you play such a smaller game, your number's
Yeah,
going to be larger.
but it was just wild. Yeah, it was like he had like one interception like every 13 games during the regular season, but it was like one in every 4
really
in the playoffs. Yeah, it was like that dramatic of a change. I was like, holy shnikes, Ike Taylor, baby. And
nubs.
Ike Taylor and Troy Polamalu were drafted in the same draft class.
They were.
I always forget that. I know Ike was a 4th round pick.
USC and Louisiana Lafayette.
Yep. Shoeless Ike Taylor, dumber than a box of rocks, but he can run a 4.140, baby.
Nubs, with them nubs on the
I
end of his
know,
wrist,
man. If he could catch, he'd be in the Hall of Fame.
Ain't that the truth? Derpy, what do you got, my man?
Let's go Steelers. Another day closer to Christmas.
Yes.
Happy holidays.
Yes, 12 days. The 12 days to Christmas, guys.
I can't wait.
It sounds like you have all your shopping done, Mike.
I'm just buying for one person this year, and I have his present bought.
Yeah.
He tries to open it every day.
I do want to say thank you to everybody for checking us out. We appreciate each and every one of you, as always.
Yes.
Without you, we wouldn't and we couldn't do it. So we do thank everybody. I don't know, I guess I don't have anything special. Maybe this Jake Paul thing, this fight coming up on Friday. Again, I may have some interest in that. It's on something weird like DRVN, DZVN. I don't know what it is. I never even heard of it. So I doubt that I'll even watch it because I don't even know what this is that it's on.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's some kind of pay streaming thing, but it was definitely something I've never seen before. If you give me just a moment, I could probably pull it up real quick.
What are we looking for?
We're looking for where the
where the fight is.
There it is, DAZN.com.
Yeah.
Jake Paul versus Andre August, Friday, December 15th, live only on DAZN. So I don't even know what that is. So chances are I'm probably not going to watch it, but I am interested in that fight because of, again, the high profile part of it. But that's really all I got, gentlemen. Anything else?
I got nothing else, man. I literally have.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Something's gonna happen after the stream and the show.
Oh, you know it. There'll be big news here in exactly 30 seconds.
I know. I am literally on Twitter right now refreshing the feed.
But hey,
I see nothing.
But that's it. I think that's it for me, guys. I'm gonna go grab something to eat. You gentlemen have a great day, everybody. For the two Dum Yinzers.